another segment of Math with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany, and today we're going to be solving for simplifying complex fractions, and here is our problem for today. That's a 5 right there. Okay, so our problem is x plus 5 over 4 minus x squared over x minus 5 over x minus 2. So these are all fractions here. And I'm just going to point out right now for the common mistake that the number one common mistake that people can make with this problem is that they divide this whole problem out instead of multiplying this one by this one's reciprocal. So that's the common mistake for this one that lots of people make. So don't forget that you can't just divide the whole fraction out. You have to multiply the top fraction by the bottom fraction here's reciprocal, just like this. Let me show you. So let me just write this out and then we'll erase that. X plus 5 over 4 minus x squared and then times x minus 2. Let me erase that. X minus 2 over x minus 5. Okay. So what I did here was that I am multiplying the top fraction by the reciprocal of the bottom fraction. And the reciprocal is basically the opposite of what this one is. It's the bottom number over the top number. So the reciprocal of x minus 5 over x minus 2 is x minus 2 over x minus 5. So that is what we're going to be working with. So we can just get rid of this over here. Okay. Now we kind of want to factor this one over here to make it simpler. So what we're going to do is bring it over here and we're going to factor it out. And you can use FOIL for this for sure. So what are some multiples of 4? Well, 1 times 4 there is there's also 2 times 2. I think those are the only ones, but today we're going to be using 2 times 2. So we can just factor it out like this by getting our parentheses out again. And we have an x squared, so we have to separate the x's, not just instead of doing x squared. So we'll put 1x here and 1x here. And we want to get a negative 4. Or so wait, not a negative x, I mean. So we're going to have to, I'm going to put the 2's here first, use a negative and a positive, because a negative times a positive is a negative, and sometimes it's the same way with adding if the negative number is bigger. So that's what we're going to use negative and positive for the minus and plus, so that our x will be negative for x squared. Okay, so this is going to be your answer for factoring out this number right here, just so it's simpler. So now we can erase all this. Okay. Now we're going to add that to the equation. Let me just erase all this so it could look a lot neater. Okay. So now we're going to write all these in parentheses. X plus 5. That's a 5. And then over the number you just factored, which is negative x. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it's we're going to put the negative x first, plus 2, and then, parentheses, x plus 2. Okay. There. And then we're going to multiply that by x minus 2 over x minus 5. Okay, so the next part is to then simplify all of this. So this is going to equal, x let me rewrite that 5. X plus 5, x minus 2, over, so we're kind of combining these ones into one problem here. I'm sorry, no, the x minus 5 doesn't go there. That wouldn't be right. Instead we have we do have the x minus 5, but the minus x plus 2, 1 comes before x minus 5. And then we have x minus 5, finally. Okay? Okay, so now we want to make this simpler. So just like factoring polynomials, we're going to distribute this one just like we did in the other step by using FOIL. So for this one, to make it simpler, we're going to start with this. So x times x equals x squared. So we're going to put x squared down here for when we simplify this one. Next we're going to do negative 2, x times negative 2, so we're going to get negative 2x. Okay, and then 5 times x, so we're going to get plus 5x. Somehow the 5's always there. End up being like that. Okay, so now we're going to do, let's see, 5 times negative 2. And that will give us a negative 10. So now we've distributed the top part of this fraction here by using FOIL. Now we're going to do let's see, negative x times x, and then also this one, so you're going to end up getting a negative x to the third. You're not really supposed to go like hop like that, but in the end it's going to become negative x3, so that just makes it simpler. Then for the bottom, you're going to do x times negative 5, and then with the other x's, so that will just end up being plus 5x squared. Okay, and then your 2 times 2's, so that will be and then with the x's, so you'll end up getting a plus 4x. Just trying to make this go by quicker so we can get the answer. Then you're going to be doing 5 times 5 with all those, and then you'll end up getting negative 20. Okay, so now, because like with these you're going to get 4, and then 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, so that's why this ends up being negative 20. Then you're going to make this simpler by combining like terms. So for example, and also you want to put these in order. This one's kind of already in order, but for these on the top, you're just going to combine these two x's, and so negative 2x plus 5x is 3x. So let me write down the final answer. Another common mistake people make is that they don't distribute right, and then they end up getting a wrong answer. Or also they don't write their answer properly. They just write it as is, and they don't put the numbers from largest to least. Like the largest in this case would be x to the third, and then x to the second, and then regular x's, and then the numbers without, the whole numbers without any variables. So that's another common mistake someone can make, is they could just put it all out of order. So it's very important that you put it in order. So our final answer now is x squared plus 3x, because we did negative 2x plus 5, which is 3x, so that's why 3x is there, minus 10, and then we have negative x to the third plus 5x squared, and then we have plus 4x minus 20. So this is your final answer. So it's pretty simple, simplifying complex fractions. So I hope you guys learned something out of this today, and yeah, thank you for watching, and please watch my next segment. Thanks, bye.